It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege of interviewing the Mercyhurst head women's ice hockey coach, Coach Michael Sisti. How are you doing today?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you talk about how you knew that you want to get started in coaching in college women's ice hockey?
Well, I was coaching men's hockey for about 8 years, and our school was in the process of starting women's hockey, and the administration came to me as the associate men's coach to see if I would want to start the program. So I did my due diligence and talked to some people that have made the switch over, and I wanted to make sure the school was fully interested in trying to build a top flight program. And after I did all my research and investigation, I felt it'd be a great opportunity. And it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. It's been a wonderful experience.
What was that experience like for you playing hockey for Canisius?
Well, that was nice because I'm from Buffalo. So I was able to live away from home on campus, but still be close enough to family and friends. And, I knew a lot about Canisius. It's a great school. And, being a hometown person, being able to play there. And then I became a captain there as well. It was awesome.
Being from your hometown, what was it like representing Canisius and putting on that uniform for them?
It was a lot of pride. We got good coverage, and the program just had some great traditions and grit. And every time we took the ice, it was a privilege to put on the jersey and play for the Griffs.
How does it feel to be inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2002?
Quite an honor. There's some amazing student athletes that are on that wall in all walks of life from many different sports. So it's a great honor. I was lucky to play with some awesome teammates, and it's definitely a big accomplishment.
Getting started in your hockey career, what was it like getting to coach at your alma mater of Canisius?
Well, that was nice. I got to really give Brian Cavanaugh, who was the head coach long time at Canisius, credit for where I am today, because he really talked me into it. He needed help. He says, "Hey, just help me a year. I think you'd be great at it." And I really fell in love with it. And I had a lot of options to do other things, but I loved what I was doing and worked a couple years with him. And then Rick Gawkin brought me over to start here at Mercyhurst, and it's been a great way of life, and I certainly enjoy what I'm doing.
What was that experience like coming to Mercyhurst and first working with the men's team?
It was great. Rick's an awesome guy, and the program was on a big upswing, and Rick gave me a lot of responsibilities, and it was just awesome. I'm actually good friends with a lot of the players that I was able to recruit for him that played here and went on to do many great things. So with him and Brian getting me started, those are two great points for me in my career, and obviously helped me get this present job that I've been fortunate enough now to have for 26 years, and really proud of what we've been able to do.
How was that experience like for you starting from the ground up and building a women's program for Mercyhurst?
It was a great challenge. I saw a lot of potential, and again, I needed the school to buy in. That I felt we could build one of the best programs in the country and really make a name for ourselves. And it wasn't easy. There were a lot of challenges along the way, but with many great people working with me and some amazing student athletes that we were able to get to play here. We just build it one day at a time. And, if you look at the longevity of our success, it's really amazing what we've been able to do.
What does it mean to you to bring in a small college hockey team that has become a powerhouse?
It's very rewarding, like again, there's all types of jobs out there and certainly different pay scales and different rewards, but just being able to see all our student athletes and everything they've accomplished in the classroom, on the ice, and in life, to do a lot of things many people didn't think we could accomplish and be able to accomplish them. It's a process that's rewarding, and you can't buy the feeling that it gives when you get a group and you really work hard toward your goals and you're able to accomplish them when a lot of people don't think you can. So, that's been one of the pleasures of the job for sure.
Being an inaugural coach, what was that feeling like stepping onto the ice, and what was that feeling like getting your first win as head coach?
It was exciting, there was a lot of buildup. We didn't have much time. Like nowadays, if a school's starting a program, they give the coach a year or two to get a staff and a team together. But I believe I committed on the position in early April, and by that next September, we had a team and we were playing. So, it was kind of a blur to get to that point, but it was definitely fun and exciting. To do something which was a first at the time here, and it was great process for sure.
What was that like competing for consecutive NCAA tournaments from '05 to 14?
Well, again, it was something a lot of people didn't think was possible, especially for us. And also, it was without any automatic bids. So we had to earn an at-large bid each of those years with our schedule and by beating the best of the best to earn our way into the tournament. And we did that. And even day one, that the first time when we were scheduled to play Harvard, I think they had 4 or 5 Olympians on their team, and many people, were questioning how we would fare. And we went in there and we played a triple overtime game, which was extremely memorable. Unfortunately, we lost it, but almost every time on center stage, my team and our players have been able to respond and prove they belong, and that's something I'm very proud of.
In 2009, what was that experience like competing for a national championship against Wisconsin?
Well, it was another one that, you're just really proud of the group you're with. And again, to get there, we had to win 2 big games to get there. We beat Minnesota, the night before. And again, to have Mercyhurst on center stage was big for us, but it was big for the school and big for the Erie community. So I always felt I had great support, and every time we've had success, the people in town have been just as proud. So again, it was another first for the program and the school, and I was just proud to be part of it.
Can you talk about the culture that you've built for Mercyhurst women's ice hockey?
Well, what I'm really proud of, I believe every one of our women's players that have played here has graduated. So that's the most important thing. Our kids do phenomenal in the classroom. I think right now our team GPA is 3.8. They really try to reach out and do some great things in the community as well, and we just have a lot of great people from all over the world. If you look at our roster, we literally do have kids from all over the world. But I'm just fortunate to have a coaching staff and players that are really proud to be here at Mercyhurst. They love representing the program, and they really believe in a lot of the things we stand for. We like to work hard every day. We like to do things with pride and try to be good people and really represent the school with a lot of class. And again, it's been a great process.
Who are some of the teams in your conference that you compete against?
Well, the conference has Penn State, Syracuse, Robert Morris, RIT, Lindenwood, and we added Delaware as well. So those are the teams in our conference. Obviously, real nice schools, great hockey programs, and things are always very competitive.
What is that atmosphere like when Syracuse comes to home versus going to Lindenwood?
Well, it's each campus is a little different, so it's nice visiting them all. Plus, we play one of the toughest non-league schedules too. We've been able to play teams from all the other leagues as well, so our players get to see many different campuses. We play teams out east, teams out west, and it's a cool atmosphere, cool experience. I think with our league teams, because we've been as successful as we've had, we always get their best. I'm sure they're really excited if they get a chance to beat us. So I fully understand it. Everyone's trying to win championships, and things are really competitive.
What is that like getting to compete against those non-conference teams like Maine Black Bears?
Well, it's fun. One, I think it's enriching for our student athletes just to see other campuses and other parts of the country. So that is a good learning experience. And then every team has a different style, different types of rinks. So I do think that's fun for our kids to experience. And then again, playing like right now this season, we've played 6 games. They've all been against ranked opponents. Our next 3 games are all against ranked opponents. So I think, kids who come in our program, they want to play the best of the best, and they know if they come here, they'll have an opportunity to do that. So it's very challenging, but that's what our players sign up for, and I think they love the experience.
What is that atmosphere like when you go out and recruit, and what do you look at in those prospective student athletes when recruiting?
Well, it's definitely a great process to get to know so many different people, and uh, recruiting, personally, we're looking for hard workers that have pride, that love to compete, and certainly are great students. And then the intangibles on the hockey side, it depends what our needs are. If we're looking for defensemen, goalies, forwards, and what type of players we like to have, different players on our team. You might need a big, strong power forward or a little, fast, shifty center. So a lot of times who we recruit depends on our needs, on what we need to make our team complete.
What is it like getting to see those prospective student athletes fall in love with the campus and the rink?
It's fun, again, it's they say a lot of times when you're at the right place, and it is fun to see someone come here and like really respect everything we have to offer them, and just be at peace that they found their home for the next 4 years. So it is a very fun part of the job.
As a head coach, how is it like seeing those freshmen put on that first Mercyhurst ice hockey sweater?
It's cool, you can just see the excitement in their eyes and the joy. It's like, open up a present on Christmas Day. It's like everything they work for. And I'm sure it's very rewarding for them, but it's enjoyable to watch it.
What is that like seeing them achieve those first milestones like first assists, first hat tricks, first goals?
It's a cool part of the job, yeah, obviously to do job well, like any job, you got to put in a lot of hours and work hard, and those are one of the benefits when you even see kids. We do a lot of skill work with the players, and when you see them score a goal, that they had to use some of those skills that they've learned, coming out extra in the mornings. It's just a fun part of the job to see them glow, and being excited.
How's it like seeing those seniors put on that last Mercyhurst uniform?
It's a little sad, you wish you could have them for 6, 7, 8 years. The one thing, this is the last year of the COVID year, but it has been nice having some players for that 5th year. It's been a nice luxury, but it's sad, you see the parents crying and the kids crying, and it's fulfilling when you get to see how much growth that they've accomplished as a person and as a hockey player. And then, it's just sad that, they're gone, but it's part of the process. And that, they've learned a lot that's going to help them be successful in life.
What is that home atmosphere like in Mercyhurst?
Pardon? Sorry.
What's that home atmosphere like on game days?
It's fun. I think the players each have their own unique, traditions that they'll do, but you get an extra boost of energy, as you get closer and closer to game time. As a coach, I think a lot of coaches will tell you that the 2 hours before the game is the worst time to kill, because you're just sitting there, waiting for the game to start. And then, once you're in the fire with the game, it's exciting. So, college campuses, I think for all sports, it's just a real great vibe, when it's game time and you see all the energy coming from the students, the athletes, and the fans. It's fun.
How is it like as a head coach seeing former Mercyhurst players like Taylor Kersey making it to the professional ice hockey level?
Well, we've been lucky. We've had probably over 40 players play in the earlier pro leagues overseas, and now with the new pro league and even the Swedish league. So it's nice that they're able to make more money and more of them, can, obviously play longer than just a few years. But we've been lucky. Actually, I just talked to Alexa Vasco, who's coming through to see our games this weekend and is excited to be here before she gets back to play pro hockey. So it's fun watching them move on, do great things. We have a player, Jess Jones, who was a great player for us. And I think she's put almost 15 years of pro hockey together. She's played on a lot of different teams in different leagues, but it's great. It's nice that they have a lot more places to play, and the money's getting better and better for them to continue their play. So I think it's awesome.
How is it like seeing former Mercyhurst players going and playing in the Olympics and overseas?
Well, that's great. It's great for the school. Obviously, it's awesome for the individual. It's certainly, great for our program. It's amazing exposure, but it's cool. We have players who leave to play for world championships, mid-season tournaments. From the coaching point, sometimes you got to juggle things because you're not going to have some of your better players for key games during the season, but that's all part of it. They love representing their country. Our school's been really good. We're working with the student athletes to allow them to do both. And it's cool to watch them chase their dreams.
What would you tell your younger self now, looking back on your career as a head coach at Mercyhurst?
Don't sweat the little things. I think doing it a long time, like there's so many things that, go on in the course of a day, a week, a season. And, I think, spend your time worrying about the big things and not so much the little things, and things will work out fine.
How's that feeling like stepping onto that ice for the first time?
It's cool. Like every year, like it's interesting. The sound the skates make on the ice is pretty unique. And no matter how old you get, you almost feel like a little kid every time you get on the ice.
What are some of your future plans for the Mercyhurst women's ice hockey program moving forward?
Well, last summer we went to Sweden, and it was a great experience for the team, both culturally and athletically. So we're always looking to do some new things. We're probably playing a tournament in Florida or Nashville again, maybe as early as next season. And then, we are looking forward to going overseas and getting another trip planned for our student athletes. So, those are some things that are in the near future.
What advice would you give those incoming freshmen entering their first year of college ice hockey?
I think the biggest thing is to train harder than you've ever trained. So the one thing you could control is the condition you're in and your strength. That once you get to campus, if you find out you're way behind the group, it's almost impossible to catch up with the group. So if you could be as conditioned as all the other players, at least that's one thing you control, and one thing that'll have you another step closer to being very successful and having a fast start at the college game. So I think that's something that can really help them get off to a fast start.
What advice would you give those college juniors transitioning into being seniors and leading the program?
Well, I would say just enjoy the moments because it goes fast, and before you know it, it's over. So, take some time to smell the roses, as they say, and during that season, enjoy those moments because obviously they're not going to last forever.
What advice would you give those players in college looking to play on the professional level of women's ice hockey?
Well, again, start learning how to be a pro with how you take care of your body, how you train, how you prepare for games, and try to really work on your consistency. Those are the things that, the higher end players need to be successful at the pro level. And those are some things obviously the scouts look for. And, start acting and behaving like a professional in how you handle your day to day. So you are ready for that move if it is available to you.
What advice would you give those players looking to get started in coaching after their playing career?
Well, the big thing is, get a resume together. If you could work some hockey camps, while you're playing, and anything you could do to get some resume material, that's helpful. And if you could get into or have knowledge on video breakdown or any of the types of things that are needed in the coaching process, anything that can make yourself marketable is helpful. And get resumes out early so coaches know you're looking for a position, and do some networking. I think those will all help.
What advice would you give those future head coaches looking to build their own women's ice hockey program?
Well, I think if you can, surround yourself with great people. It's something I've been able to do. That makes all the head coaches look a little smarter, if you could do that. So that certainly helps. Again, just work extremely hard, and get out and make as many contacts as you can. Try to get as many people to know all the things your program has to offer, student athletes. So it's, attractive to kids that, are looking to play college hockey.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you out on social media along with the program?
Well, I think obviously they could email me at msisti@mercyhurst.edu. We got our hockey, Twitter account, Instagram account, any of those things, we should be available on.
Thank you again, Michael Sisti, for your interview, and best luck in your future as the head Mercyhurst women's ice hockey coach.
Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate you having me on.
You're welcome. Don't forget
Bye.
to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Michael Sisti, for your interview, and best luck in your future.
Thank you.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.